I got a Desi feeling. I got a Desi feeling.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm ACHARA Kirk, joined by Andrew Flash Gordon.
What's up?
And we are checking out the trailer to PIPPA, which sounds very chipper, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Looks like war, people. So this is the official trailer. It is starring, I see, Ishaan. Do we have a last name? No last name. Just Ishaan, Mrunal Thakur, and it is directed by Raja Krishna Menon. So you guys, if you are enjoying this, please subscribe, click the bell icon, all notifications, and upvote this video. And let's jump into the trailer. Here we go.
Not wasting any time.
From the start.
Oh, okay. It's a little preview.
Okay.
हम आम हिंदुस्तानियों को तो इस बात का अंदाजा
Oh,
तक
wrong
नहीं है कि
Daipayan.
बांग्लादेश के इतिहास के कुछ अहम पन्ने हिंदुस्तान की सियाही से लेके जाएंगे.
मैं भारत की प्रधानमंत्री इंदिरा गांधी.
Wow, we're having a lot of movies coming out from this era. Indira Gandhi.
जंग के लिए ऐसे विदा करना चाहते हैं अपने भाई को? हम भैया से तुम्हें यही शिकायत है ना कि वो हमेशा तुम्हारे बाप बनने की कोशिश करते हैं. तो तुम क्या कर रहे हो बल्ली?
Oh, Airlift with Akshay Kumar, right? Yeah, I saw that one.
लोकल सपोर्ट मिलेगा. मुक्ति बाहिनी से.
बे ऑफ बंगाल के रास्ते से वो लोग ईस्ट बंगाल की तरफ बहुत तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं.
मतलब इसीलिए पाकिस्तान हमें लड़ाइयों में बिजी रख रहा है ताकि हमसे पहले ढाका पहुंच सके.
इस समंदर जैसी नदी में बीच में फंस गए तो कहीं के भी नहीं रहेंगे.
Oh.
पिप्पा किस दिन काम आएगा अगर हमें ब्रिज के ऊपर से जाना पड़े?
Oh, Pippa's the tank. Oh, shoot.
ये लड़ाई
Oh.
सिर्फ पाकिस्तान को हराने की लड़ाई नहीं बल्कि ईस्ट पाकिस्तान के 6 करोड़ लोगों को
AKA Bangladesh.
दिलवाने की लड़ाई है.
Wow. Cool way to show the title. Oh my god.
Oh, shoot.
Oh boy.
Wow.
You know, from what I really quickly just swing off this for a second, just because it said the director of Airlift, which is, I do remember that a good deal. Y'all know I'd love to compare to American films, as I always sound like a broken record and remind you. That film really reminded me, in parts, just in a good way, of Argo, just the intensity, just like trying to escape and get out.
I mean, that's a great comparison.
Yeah, no, and I mean that in a very respectful way. I just, what I'm saying is I'm getting the vibes of intensity from the director, and I'm glad they mentioned that it was the director, because it's one of my favorite Akshay Kumar films, just from a stance of just, again, the intensity and like just feeling of dread and like just being on pins and needles. And I get that sense when I watch this trailer as well, because obviously whenever I see war films, just from visual perspectives, like it's just astonishing to watch on film, like getting the POV and perspectives of just being there is just astonishing and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Just feeling like you're there with the soldiers. But again, the intensity. Oh, and A.R. Rahman is doing the music.
I saw that as well.
My favorite composer. That even gets me more jacked up, because he has just such a way of just really getting you into the mood of the music. He just is, in a way I can't even describe.
Well,
He's my man.
Even in the trailer, I was noticing the music. I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. It's like really rousing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got a lot of really great people involved in this. And it's interesting. You know how sometimes you feel like there must be something in the collective consciousness or in the zeitgeist, and this happens all over the world, right? Where a certain story, a type of story, or a certain era, suddenly a whole bunch of different people are making stories about it. And I only say that because, you know, I just watched another trailer, Sam Bahadur, which was also, I don't know how closely it was set to this time period, but also Indira Gandhi was the prime minister at that time. And that's also like based on a real person, real life events in history. And same here, it's like a real life event in history during that time. So I'm like, there must be something in the zeitgeist at the moment where it's like this particular period in Indian history is really interesting, and we want to make some films or like share some stories about it.
Yeah, and I feel like too, that happens too a lot of times in the States, where depending on the decades, like whether it's war, whatever the case is, like we'll go through time periods where we're focusing on either this style of genre or like war type film, whatever the case is. So to your point, I agree. There are times where there's like, why are we just focusing on these types of, or in the other sense, it's like, oh, I'm glad we're focusing on these types of film. This is cool. But it's interesting, like just from the psychological perspective, like how a lot of times we're here now, and which is cool as long as they're made respectfully and they have some stories to tell that are done well. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
As long as it's not rinse and repeat or copy and paste, as you will. Yeah. No. I think another fascinating thing that I saw is the main character here. I don't know if we got a name, but the one Ishaan is playing.
Correct.
I liked his, just in the couple minutes we got, I liked his presence that we got on screen, and that we're going to be following him on this journey. Obviously, we got the main story of just like trying to liberate what's going on here in Pakistan, and just the whole war and all that, but obviously we're following this character through a journey, and that's the part I'm most fascinated by.
Yeah, and for me it's like, it's really interesting that they've named this PIPPA, and I'm assuming from what I understand from the trailer, it's the tank. So it's like, oh, okay, it must be that the tank was pivotal in winning the war or the battle, because why would you name a movie after a tank? But I guess it's like, it's just the thing that's kind of like important in the story, but ultimately it's going to be about the relationships and the people involved who are, putting their lives on the line doing this,
For sure. And also, I'm very curious how they're going to be. Obviously, we know it's a tank, so like, there's only so many ways you can use it. But strategically too, like it look like the way it's able to work on water.
That
like
was crazy.
That was awesome. Like just from a visual perspective, that was really cool. But strategically too, when they're not using it on water, besides the fact that it's just obvious, yes, you just point it at the bad guy and you shoot. Yes, but there's a strategic way of going about it. You just don't want to go into a battle zone and just do it, because you can then get ambushed. So I'm very curious how they're going to be going about it, because the main character that Ishaan's playing, it looks like he is a strategic genius, at least from what I saw in the couple minutes we watched. So I'm going to be interested to see like how he goes about using PIPPA. So it looks fascinating. It looks
interesting, to be sure, and definitely with the people attached to it, like with the production company, with the director and the producers, and obviously A.R. Rahman. Like, there's a lot of good people involved in this, so I'm hoping that it's gonna, live up to the expectation that we have when we see those people's names attached, and be really good and really interesting.
And we don't have too much time to have to wait for it to come out, apparently.
That's true. That's true. So you guys could watch it right now, actually. So thank you very much for joining us. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you next time. I'm ACHARA Kirk. This is
Andrew Flash Gordon.
Ciao.